Bonjour. Welcome to the latest episode of Indian Way with Johnny R. Podcast that records live from the southern shore of the mighty Red Lake. And I'm your host, Johnny R. Obviously, today is Monday, April, I'm going to say 12th. You're going to be hearing my heat blast because I'll be coming on pretty soon because Minnesota weather is a jerk. But it is what it is, you know. Today I was trying to figure out what I was going to talk about. And I'm going to try and do this weekly now, maybe every Monday. Throw in a bonus episode later in the week. But we'll see. See about that. As for me personally, I'm still a little I'm not 100% yet. I'm still struggling with my my respiratory. You can probably hear me wheeze. You heard me wheeze right when we first started. That was me being wheezy. I'm gonna be coughing. I've noticed that when I eat anything sweet, it triggers my I don't know what. Start coughing because I was eating a banana and I just had a wicked coughing fit and might be a little concerning, being that I'm older. I'm overweight, diabetic, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. See, there's another wheeze. I've had COVID-19 already in October, which, excuse me, this may be a long-term effect. I don't know, but my doctor wasn't concerned about it, so I won't be either. So this weekend was WrestleMania 37, 2-day event. First time they had crowds in a year, a month, and a day, and I watched it. First night was pretty good. I like the matchups. A lot of good matches. Man, I'm struggling here. And main event, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. That was pretty good. I like that main event for Saturday night. Sunday it was all right, but man, that main event Sunday night was not the best. Just stop trying to make Roman Reigns happen. Nobody likes him. It's not going to work. But I'm not really too deep into wrestling, but man, I don't even know if I can finish this ep. Coughing like a motherfucker here. Otherwise, I'm just thinking about the news that happened yesterday, Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, which is about 10, 15, maybe 20 miles north of downtown Minneapolis. Police shot a 20-year-old man named Dante Wright. And in the press conference today, the chief of police said it was an accidental discharge. The officer was going for her taser and accidentally grabbed her gun, which I'm no expert. I don't claim to know what happened, but pretty sure there's a big difference between a taser and a gun. And watching a little bit of that press conference with that chief of police it looked like he was going to cry, man. That's, I understand the stress I don't understand the stress, but I understand it's a stressful situation. And it's really difficult to justify shooting someone after pulling them over for for a traffic violation of having an air freshener hanging from your mirror. I think was the reason they pulled him over. Ran his license. He had warrants. Young black man, you know, is going to be scared, especially with what's going on. Any person of color is nervous around authority figures, police, social workers, teachers. I myself have uh I'm still nervous when I go out. I drive fast in the area. It's just a bad habit. I have state plates on well, my wife has state plates on her cars, and I have res plates on my truck, and I still drive fast. It's just a bad habit. But if I do get pulled over, I am, that a little bit crosses my mind how quickly things could go bad. And that's always in the back of my mind, back at anybody's mind, really. You get pulled over from the police, you think about how things escalate. You think about maybe the officer that pulled you over could be having a bad day, or could be new to the job, nervous, officer not knowing what to expect, and both officer and the driver could, I don't know. That's still no excuse to shoot somebody, to kill somebody. That just I'll never understand that. I'll never understand what an officer goes through. Or but as a man of color, being indigenous, it's not like I feel like I have a target on my back, but it's just especially the last few years, you feel the animosity towards minorities, with the whole Trump presidency. It gave his supporters, um, made it okay for them to feel like they could discriminate and look down on minorities again. And the way I see it might be different. Well, it is different from maybe some people can relate to where I'm at, but I think it's, the whole history of, the American government, questionable tactics, horrible tactics. What they've done to the indigenous people. The whole ripping away our culture from our ancestors, beating it out of them, and the churches taking the land, putting us all in reservations. The whole kill Indian, save the man theory. All of that. You always hear, get over it, but that's not how it works. It's like they wanted us beaten down, destroyed, so they wouldn't have to maybe not bring that up to the rest of the world. How they mistreated the indigenous people of this land. And I just think about that. And the distrust of authority that people of color feel. You never know what. So if, like, somebody in authority has a bad day, they're going to take it out on you, and that's always in the back of our heads. Even more so with Philando Castillo and George Floyd and Eric Gardner, you know, men that were unarmed yet murdered by police. Yet all these mass shooters that are white get taken into custody peacefully. You see videos of officers being charged by white people with weapons, yet they're still taken into custody without hurting them. Some of them even stop at McDonald's on their way to get them processed. I don't know if that was true. I think it was one of the. I don't know. Maybe I made that up. I don't know. So you never know. You never know what it is. There's a lot of talk about how if you just do as you're told, if you follow the law, there will be no trouble. But that's not the case if you're a person of color. That's something a lot of I don't want to say white people, but they'll never understand what it's like to have to change your behaviors, change your habits if you're around an authority figure. If your demeanor threatens somebody and a police officer just because the way your habits are. White people don't understand that part. I saw, I think it was Tommy Lahren on Twitter is talking about, if you got to riot and you got to destroy to make your point, you're just a thuggish. I don't remember what she said. But, platinum blonde white girl's not going to understand what it's like to have a gun drawn, just getting pulled over. But that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. It's the way the world goes, sadly. It just sad that's how it had to end for that 20-year-old young father, Dante Wright. And to say that it was accidental discharge because the officer thought she had her taser. I don't know. I'm just not gonna admit you're wrong. Take your punishment. But just there's not gonna be a peaceful end to this. Communities had enough. The whole it's gonna happen again. Sad to say, that's just how these things. Well, I'm no educated sociologist or it's just what I see, what I read. But then again, what do I know? Just watching it, witnessing it here. But I do understand what it's like to be nervous because of my habits, my behaviors could trigger a chaotic event just because of the color of my skin. It doesn't matter if an officer has a bad day or not. We shouldn't have to worry about dying over an air freshener hanging from your mirror. I think that's all I got. The more I read on this, the more angry I get. Stay out. Stay out. Stay. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's got me flustered. Say, stay safe out there. Be smart. But I understand the anger. I really do. But I think that's all I got. I was just trying to talk about WrestleMania, but the news is hard to ignore. So we just need to need justice. Need justice. That's all I got. Miigwech for listening. I don't know if I'll post a video. I look horrible. But miigwech.